Good morning. Today I want to look at entrepreneurial orientation and dimension. And when we talk about entrepreneurial orientation, we look at how organizations take their positions when it comes to corporate entrepreneurship, or how do they adopt corporate entrepreneurship within their organization. What inclination do they take when it comes to corporate entrepreneurship? Or what action do they take when it comes to corporate entrepreneurship? Now, we have 5 dimensions of corporate entrepreneurship inclination or orientation. So, an organization that wants to adopt corporate entrepreneurship may either be a risk taker, it may also be proactive, it may be competitive or very aggressive in competition with other organizations or firms. It may decide to be autonomous. It may decide to adopt an autonomy dimension, or it may decide to adopt an innovative dimension. Now, when it comes to these dimensions, 5 dimensions, the meaning or the explanation for this dimension is as it is shown below. So, an organization that decides to become innovative is an organization that is willing to introduce innovative and experimentation activities in the organization. And these innovative activities may lead to a creative process. And this creative process may be aimed at introducing new products in the market, introducing new services in the market, or introducing new processes in the market. So an organization that is able to work as much as possible or experiment new ways of doing things so that they can be able to improve on what they are doing, we say that they have adopted an innovativeness dimension of corporate entrepreneurship. So we have others that will be proactive, and the ones that are going to be proactive, they'll have what we call a forward-looking perspective or characteristic about the marketplace leaders, and they will have what we call a foresight to see the opportunities in the anticipation of future demand. So they'll try to look at what is going to happen to the future, and they will be proactive in trying to come up with ways in which they can be able to capture this future. So we have other companies that are risk takers. And these organizations make decisions and take action within certain knowledge of probable outcomes. And what you are going to see in these organizations that are risk takers is that they will even commit some resources to a situation where maybe employees can be able to try and see what they can be able to develop in the organization in anticipation to new ways of doing things. So we have others that are competitive, aggressive organizations. And these are organizations that look at the market rivalry and try as much as possible to improve the products that they have or come up with new ways of doing things so that they can be able to outperform their competitors. And I think you see this a lot in the banking industry, competitive aggressiveness, especially in countries where we have very many banks. Now we have autonomy, and this is an individual action or a team action that is given an opportunity to try as much as possible to come up with new ideas that can be able to help the organization get to the next level. Now, corporate entrepreneurs usually have many challenges in the organization, especially when they are trying to come up with or to introduce corporate entrepreneurship within an organization. And some of these problems may be even getting credibility within the organization, or what we call legitimacy. with the people within the organization, because many people don't want to change. And therefore, when you come up with new ways of doing things, then what usually happens is that they want to cling to what we call the status quo. They also have a problem of obtaining resources. And I and one of the things that they need to do is to identify the underutilized resources in the organization. We have resistance, or what we call the overcoming inertia, especially for the new ideas, because of what I've said, that many people don't want change, they want the status quo, and therefore anything that is going to bring change in the organization will be resisted. Now, how do organizations adopt corporate entrepreneurship, especially the established organization? Now, when you go around the organization, you will see some of these 7 ways. Some organizations will go for what we call a traditional research and development, where they will have a technical team whose main goal is to try and do research. Some organizations will have what we call an ad hoc venture team. And this is a team that is going to be given a concept, a budget, and a deadline of how long they need to finish a given project. We have an organization that have new venture divisions or groups, where they have innovation divisions whose main work is to try and come up with new ideas that can be able to help the organization. So we want a factory for breakthrough concepts. So we have a sort of a factory that is supposed to come up with ideas for the organization. Some organizations have champions in the farms who are supposed to come up with new ideas, or a situation where everybody is given a mandate to try to come up with new ideas and see how they can be implemented. Some organization will buy or purchase new companies that are doing similar things to what they are doing, or they can be a competition to their main products. That is where you see we can buy growth and obtain the product, market, and technologies of others. And I think that is what has been happening with Facebook and also WhatsApp, Google, and YouTube. All those are what we call it's a manifestation that they use to try and improve on their corporate entrepreneurship. Some will outsource innovation from small companies or other companies. Let us have someone else develop it for us. Then we will make the money together as partners or something like that. And we have organizations that will form a hybrid mix and match the other approaches to fit out context. So they will take maybe 2 or 3 contexts that I've talked about there, and they will match those contexts to try and see what they can be able to do. So that is all what I wanted to talk about when it comes to the dimensions of corporate entrepreneurship orientation. So if you have any questions about that area, you can contact me, and please subscribe to my channel and learn more about some of these things. Thank you.